Welcome to Wild Bill's Media Podcast. And today we're going to talk about a book. But before I get into this book, I kind of just want to give you a little insight. The last few episodes I've done on this podcast, I've talked mainly about music and movies, and I even did an episode about physical media and why I think you should keep buying physical media. But I also have a big passion for books. I'm also an independent author, so I write books myself, and so I have a big love for books. And this is one of the first books I wanted to cover on this channel because I just think it's a great book to talk about, just because of the content that's in the book, and what the book is pretty much about. You know, not too many times come along do you get a book that is a great read from cover to cover. You know, most books, you pick it up, you read it, you get about halfway through the book, and the book kind of like stalls out, kind of just, like you're in La La Land for a little while, and then you come back and you read the rest of the book, and the book's good. Then the ending sucks, you know? Or, you've kind of read a book that's just been kind of bland, but the ending was great, or like in a way that maybe the book left you on a cliffhanger because there's going to be another book to it. But like I said, books are pretty much like any other thing. They take you on a journey of ups and downs, highs and lows. The good thing, the difference between a book and music, or a book and movies, is that you can tell more of a story. You can tell a longer story, a more detailed story. The great thing about this book is that it does just that. I mean, it tells you, it takes you through the life of world champion bareback rider Chris Ledoux. Um, Basically, Gold Buckle Dreams: The Rodeo Life of Chris Ledoux is a book about, if you've listened to country music over the years, and or you've heard country music, you've probably either heard a Chris Ledoux song or heard of Chris Ledoux through another song. Chris Ledoux, basically, his fame in music come from a line in a Garth Brooks song called "Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Old." That was kind of how he got heard of and become a big country music star after that. But what a lot of people really don't know too much about was his actual rodeo career. Um, Chris Ledoux was a 1976 bareback world champion, and thing about Chris Ledoux in his music career was he was a true cowboy, and he sung about cowboys, rodeo life, everything, ranching. The thing was, he was one of those artists that actually lived it. He just wasn't on there singing about something and living a false, or singing about things that never ever experienced. Chris Ledoux was a real cowboy, and he lived on a ranch in Wyoming. World champion bareback rider. Um, yeah, I mean, he was the real deal. But the thing about this book is, not only does it tell you about his rodeo career, but it also gives you in depth a little bit of like how he started getting into music, because he needed to like supplement his rodeo earnings. Um, so he started making, music, recording music, and his mom and them sort of kind of made like a little small record company, and they manufactured his tapes and stuff for him or whatever, and he'd sell them out of the trunk of his car to make extra money to supplement his rodeo career. But this this book takes you from Chris as a child all the way up to through his rodeo career. Talking about how he won the high school final, high school bareback championship. If I'm not mistaken, he won the college bareback championship. Um, he won the 1976 World Championship bareback riding. But not only that, but it takes you through the highs and lows of Chris's life during that time, and the struggles he went through, and you know the the times of almost having to call it quits and barely making it. Even when he was making a go at it in rodeo, you know, it's always a game of chance. You could pick a good horse this week, make a great ride, and win a lot of money. And next week you could get next rodeo you could get a sorry horse, and you may make 8 and get a score, but you don't win anything because your score was so low because the horse just didn't perform. It's a game of chance, really. And this book just it takes you into that thing, and it tells you, you know, the highs, the lows, and you know, it's a book about triumphs, that's for sure. The thing I like about the book is that it doesn't, it's not one of those books that you expect to like be a great read because it is about rodeo, but it's just so well written and so well done that you can't put it down. I mean, just the way it was written, and you know the things they go through talking about Chris's life and everything. It's just, you know, it's hard not to say anything bad about this. It's not hard to say anything, but it's hard not to say anything bad about this book because there's not anything bad to say about this book. It is actually a great book to read. And the thing I like about this book is that it's a book that you don't have to be a rodeo fan or a Western fan to read, or uh, even if you don't listen to country music or whatever, you can still read this book because of just the peaks and the valleys. And if you're a sports fan, you would love this book because it tells you about the heartache and the if I's and nearlies. You know what I'm saying? The had it in my palm of my hands and I let it go kind of thing. It's like, imagine, this book is kind of like having been wide open in the end zone and the ball falls off your fingertips and you lose the game, and you lose the Super Bowl or the national championship or the state title, something like that. This book has it because there's a part in the book when it was talking about, I think it was either Chris Ledoux, it might have been his rookie year. I think it might have been his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a little while since I've read this book, but I've read this book several times. And he had a chance to be a 2-time world champion bareback rider. And the first year that he went and had a chance to win it, he rode all the horses, all 10 horses that, and on his very last horse, he missed his mark out and got disqualified and got no score and wound up like third. If he would have rode that horse, he would have been world champion. And that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about this book, man. It if you're a sports fan, you would love it because it's the same thing as if you was a football player or a basketball player, a baseball player. I mean, any kind of sports where you would, you've had the chance to win it all in the palm of your hands and it got away from you. Or if or if you won caught the winning touchdown in the championship game or hit a buzzer beater three or whatever, or the highlight of winning. This book has it. Um, but more than that, it just chronicles the life of a great cowboy and a great country music singer. Now there's an updated. This book I think is out of print. There is an updated version of this book that has a little bit darker of a color to it, and the title has been changed somewhat, not a lot. Um, it's instead of being Gold Buckle Dreams, the rodeo life of Chris Ledoux, they changed the name of it to Chris Ledoux, the life and times of Gold Buckle Dreams, the life and times of Chris Ledoux. And I can show you that here in just a minute. This is basically what the cover of the newest version of this book. And this book is updated. This is the updated version of it. This is the version that you can get now because they went back and same author and everything went back and added his music career in it when he got like signed to like Capitol and everything all the way up to his passing in 2005. It chronicles all that. And that's what I love about this version of the book because it don't just stop at his rodeo career. It goes into his music career as a country music artist. And uh and even up to his death. So yeah, I mean this is a great book. I mean, I highly recommend it to anyone, not just, if you love a book that has like peaks and valleys, highs and lows, defeat, um, triumph, everything. This is a must read for you. I mean, you just can't. I can't. I don't think I could find another book I could recommend for you to read other than this book because it's just it's just so great. And you know, the thing about this book is it makes you want to cry. It makes you want to laugh. It makes you want to just you know feel so bad and yet be so happy when victory comes. It just it's the guy that wrote it, David G. Brown. I mean, he just man, he put together a hell of a novel or a story of Chris Ledoux. Um, it's a biography that he sat down with Chris and everything, and basically just wrote it out. And Chris told him everything that was in the book, and it's just man, I tell you, you got to read this book. I know it's available on Amazon. I'm not sure if you can get it at a bookstore somewhere. I'm pretty sure they could probably order it if they don't have it on the shelf. But yeah, you've got to read this book. And like I said, you don't have to be um yeah, you don't need to be a rodeo fan or a country fan or anything. You love a good book and you love reading and you want something to sit down and read that's a good wholesome book. I recommend Gold Buckle Dreams, The Life and Times of Chris Ledoux. Or if you can find it, Gold Buckle Dreams, The Rodeo Life of Chris Ledoux. Either one's a great read. Either one's a great and you won't regret it. I promise you. Learn about a country music legend, a rodeo legend. You know, learn about defeat and triumph, and it's got it all. So I appreciate your time. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening. And stay tuned for another episode. And this is Wild Bill signing out of Wild Bill's Media and the Arts podcast. You have a good day and a great day. Thank you.